Welcome to another episode and video on my Arduino Yun, which is connected to a breadboard with electronics and fischertechnik electronics, and which has also USB storage right here. It's connected through Ethernet, wired Ethernet, and as such approachable for the Linux part, which is right here. So Arduino Yun is part Arduino, part Linux, embedded Linux, and for this project I am acquiring data from the electronics pot meters values, signals from the phototransistor right here, which is shown upon by a lamp, and a motor that should be connected whenever some data is given in from the console. The acquired data is stored on the USB stick, and via the network connection I can copy it and display it or using either Scilab or Octave. And last time I managed to get it into Octave. Problem is though that I need a nice timing, but that will hopefully soon be dealt with. Let's first get a good screwdriver to turn the pot meters, giving some data in, and then hopefully now you see that this LED was going to burn. There it is. This one has stopped. And now on the probe, which is connected to this transistor circuit, I can see that there's pulse modulation. Not so much on this one yet. So let me check if there is any change. Well, there is data from the console. There is some change, but not as I expect. Now I have pulse modulation signals on both. So let me show. These two are pulse modulation for the motors, and as yet one motor doesn't do anything. Not as much as it should do anyway. This one runs nicely, this one doesn't. Too bad. Anyway, time to go to the screencast and see whatever I can get out of it in timing and in data. Okay, so where are we now after last time? First of all, I have now a nice date here, but I did have to set it using the browser version of the Arduino Yun. I don't like it, but it seems to be the only way to get a nice, good date. Then do I have no, this says enough. Yes, I do have. I do have data that is being sent, and also when I look at this way, in this way, it's set for today. You can check 10:2, and this is 10:3 by now, but you get the picture. Another thing is, of course, Octave versus Scilab. Scilab, I get this using DLM read, and I also checked on something, because when I scroll back, do I manage? Yes, I do. This is the output of 0, 0 element. Mind this 106. Oh, by the way, the I have no clue yet if that means imaginary. The way that this data is being written suggests that this is indeed an imaginary number. And yes, it says complex. Complex is imaginary. But that would hugely surprise me if it is indeed a complex number, an imaginary number, because of the simple fact that if I look here, I have 4 ordinary numbers, and last time I had the I in mind and I didn't find the word imaginary, but complex is the same thing. By the way, Scilab, if I look at this, the LM read I can't get, but if I do it like this, and then go like, okay, what's A then? I still get this, which doesn't make sense to me. And changing any of this, because -1 means unknown number of rows, while 3 means 3 columns. See, 0 expected. And I do 3, and now it says 0 expected. So I don't get this. What if I do say, okay, this says it is alright, but now I get this. And this is a better output than this one, but still doesn't make sense to me. So I'm sticking with this, and the point is now that if I go further into this, let's make this 0 instead of 1, because alright, this one is 0, 0, the other one is 1, 0, and that starts with 91. So I need to start with 0, 0. That's the first element. Now, having read that, can I plot it? Well, most likely yes. How do I plot? X, Y, property value. Let me just try this. It doesn't do a thing. no data to plot. And this is the same that I got last time. But as I told, this is supposed to be the time axis. Doesn't make much sense to me. So undefined. Yeah, oh, I need file, wait. And then going forward and see, here I end up with 292. So that's 200 rows. The point is I want to start at 0. So I need to figure out how I can do that here. Do I have to restart the whole thing or not? Do I have to delete it? So that is what I'm going to do first. Because now if I look at this one, begin, it starts at 91. Let's going to the end, I hope. And it is still being added to, so that's no use. Okay, remove the file and start anew, and then see what time it starts with. Sounds like a good idea. So now with this pulse modulation active, and let's turn this and see how we get after I have removed the data log. Alright, remove, and now start. And I need quite a bit of data, so I am going to turn some stuff, and yep, one LED here works again. Now the same thing I want to see, this one has gone quiet. So let me try this one, and then I need to look at that LED, this one. This one seems to only work, surprisingly, when this one is in a certain position. So if I turn this one off, it works. But then look at the oscilloscope. So now I turn this one high, and okay, let's see how, okay, now I have something like an image. Alright, but does this one work or not? This is not accounted for as a working situation, since, well, more or less. I can't tell I'm very much impressed with it. Let's push a button. So that is something that doesn't work and hasn't been working for quite a while. But now I notice that the wire has gone, and that's not good. This is the wire from what? This button. I need to check the button. Do I have Gita open? I don't have Gita open. So I need to check on that one first to fix the button. Ouch. Alright, so the wire belonged to this circuit, and which means that the wire that was on the loose was meant to 5. It's back again, so I can start and go further. And now you can see that, let's check on the data. Ooh. What happens here? This is not really what I expected to see. What is what? I expect a column 0 to be starting at 0. How many columns are being written? Which is which? That's a good point. Well, okay, columns. How many columns do I have anyway? Columns and rows. Rows and columns. Which is which? Going back. And then I have rows and columns. 3 rows, 4 columns. 5 columns actually. If I have 5 columns, 0, 1, 2, 3, that's 4. That is 4 columns. Yes, 4 columns is correct. Smaller than 4. Not changing any code yet. Starting at 0, I end at 5 columns. So what happens if I change this to 5? Then I have 5 columns, and the other one is 3 rows. Well, that's correct. 1, 2, 0, 1 and 2. So how about that? Oh, and I'm missing this one. So let's go back. I need to remove this file again, which is being created instantly, recreated. So I better and yes, I've been doing this late, but let's start. Alright. Going flat. Being rewritten. Take some time. Okay, done. Which means I have to go in again here. What I also have to do is check on the date, which is still good, very good. Then I go to remove, and I am going to here, give data. Still good signals on both, but let me give some varying data. And let me do the same here. All right. Okay. Pulse width modulation. And I need, of course, yeah, pulse width modulation everywhere. Although it's not a very nice signal, but it will have to do. That means that I now will check oh really? I certainly didn't expect this. Okay, here I start at 60, 61, but then going from 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, but what is 64? I have 5 columns now, so that is correct, but which is which? It makes no sense. I need to check the algorithm on columns, which is doing what. Because it only makes sense when all stuff is generated the right way. 2 versus 4, that's correct. So everything goes in 3 rows, because this is row 1, row 0 actually. This is row 1, second row. This is row 2, third row. And there we have something that the third row has 4 elements. No, 3 elements actually. No, 4. 0, 1, 0. So it has 4. Yeah. 0 to 3 is 4. And this is also 0 to 3 is 4. What does the other one have? This is 3, which starts at 0 again, of course, which goes to 5. It goes to 5. And I need them all to be exactly the same. So what I need to do is fill in a 4th element on this row. So that is what I'm going to do. fourth element, fifth element actually. And this needs to be an integer, so I can't use any hexadecimal. And what I will do is fill in 1999. I think that's a good point. I think, yeah. And then of course here to do the same, print it on console, although I likely won't really watch it. And why enter something when I can do it like this? Print line T data 4 is no, that's gone wrong. Print line, and this will be 0. I said 0 4. This is best. Yes. This also means that I will have to do this exactly the same thing here. Data 1 and then 1 4 is 9999. And here I don't have to do that, because this one is already being filled by whichever it is. This one, yes. So, there we go again. Now I know what will happen right here. Wherever I see 4 9s, that is the end of the row. And I am very curious what will happen. So let's do it again. Where? Oh, yeah, typo. Go. Right, I have to keep in mind that I don't go over time, but let's quit this one. We go in. Okay. Remove. Do it. Well, I get a nice signal here. Kind of nice. And look at this. Oh dear. This is no good. I expected something, but seeing it is indeed something that is not quite well. This means that I have to review this one somehow. And it's no use to look into this, although it says complex, which doesn't make any sense. So yes, this is indeed a complex number, but why it is being dealt with as being complex, that I don't know yet. but that is for next time. So how to do it in Scilab, not quite sure yet. I have to look it up. This is a beginning, but I have to get rid of the complex stuff. Why is it complex anyway? And yeah, well, this speaks for itself. This is not good. This is, but this isn't. And that's it for now. So, improving the data entry, correcting a wire, analyzing the data, and finding that some details need some improvement. And also, why doesn't this work, why doesn't this work, etc, etc, etc. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment if you like. You can also follow me on Twitter. If so, please retweet, like, and leave a comment. You can also follow me on Instagram. Please like and leave a comment. Please donate to keep the videos coming to you. Show your support. Much appreciated. For donations, please check the start of this video or on my website. You can also become a patron, which I had to relaunch. They had changed a few things. By becoming a patron, you will have your name mentioned, or a nickname, whatever, as a supporter on my website, or on my website as well as on my videos. Much appreciated as well. Thanks for watching. To be continued. Bye bye.